In this video, we're going to talk about choosing a brand name for your affiliate marketing business. So this is case study video number 10. You can find all the previous videos and the next video in the YouTube description. And basically where we are right now in our case study is we're at the point where we need to launch our website. So if we just look at this slideshow, we've got all the way up to step number 5. So in all the previous videos, we've gone through steps 1. We talked about our business model, being affiliate marketing. We talked about our platform. So our first platform that we start with is a theme-based content website. So an authority website. We've chosen our niche. We have researched keywords over the last few videos, and now we are ready to actually launch our site and our business, but we need to actually choose a brand name. So that's where we are at this moment. So when it comes to choosing a brand name for your affiliate marketing business, especially for an authority website, there are a few things that you will want to consider. So the process sort of involves being creative and brainstorming an idea for your brand name, but also being sort of practical because you want to choose something that you can build into a brand. So we'll talk all about that. So one thing that I would recommend is that you don't rush this step. Many times personally, I've thought of a brand name or I thought of a name for my domain name for an affiliate project. And I sort of went out and bought the domain name and maybe I rushed the process a little bit. So, you might think of things, but it might take you several days or even like a week or several weeks of just brainstorming ideas, asking your friends or family whether that brand name kind of works, whether you like it. So I know you want to rush and you want to start and you want to launch your site. I do too, but I would sort of take your time with this process. So, there are some steps that you'll want to follow when choosing a brand name. So let's go over them here. So you want to kind of define your brand identity. So understand, the core of what your brand is going to represent. So this includes like your mission, your target audience, and then maybe what makes you unique. So, in the world of AI and, building out websites and online businesses, if you can, follow the guides that we've sort of laid out in the previous videos, you really want to be unique yourself and be the brand and be known as like the person in this niche, or this brand is going to be the go-to resource. So in doing that, you've sort of got to incorporate all these different ideas in choosing your brand. So this case study specifically, it's about my journey as a beginner in day trading. And then sharing my experiences. So we talked about this. It's sort of like the protege effect. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to learn this niche. And as I learn, I'm going to share and sort of teach as I learn sort of thing. So that's sort of where I stand with this case study. So what I would want to do is brainstorm, ideas, get a list that reflects this identity and, consider using relevant keywords, personal names, terms, and everything. So for me, for this case study, I'd want to consider words and terms like day trading, day trader, beginner related keywords like newbie or new and so on. I might want to also consider my actual name because this brand is about, me and my journey. So, if I incorporate my name, that could work out well for me. So in terms of moving forward, these are some of the things that you will want to consider. Check simplicity and memorability. So a good brand name, it should be easy to spell, easy to remember, pronounce. Simpler names are often better, but sometimes, in the world of online businesses, many names in short, 2-word sort of domain names are actually taken. So sometimes you got to get creative. And that's why if you put your personal spin on it, you can often find a brand that's sort of not used right now. So, for this particular case study, daytrader.com, that's taken. Many domains like starttrading.com, all those are actually going to be already taken. So if you can incorporate your personal brand into it, or your personal spin into the brand, that usually is going to be beneficial and it's going to be available. Evaluate relevance. So the name should clearly indicate what your website is about, or where it belongs in the industry. So it should align, with the theme of your niche. So I'm not going to have a site that's like the professional trader, because that's not what this case study is about. I'm not a professional trader. I'm a beginner starting my voyage in day trading. So I want my brand to sort of, tell that story. Consider, brand story and personal touch, especially for personal brands. Incorporating your name, we've said that part of your story can make the brand more memorable and then more unique. Check domain availability. So again, ensure your domain is available. So we're going to do that for your online business. .com is going to be the best domain to go with. And then also, you want to check on YouTube and X and other social media platforms if that brand name is being used. Legal checks, if you just check that the domain name's not used and, no one has a YouTube channel or a Facebook group or, an X account with that brand name, then you're probably good to go in terms of legal. I don't really worry about that. And then feedback, like I mentioned at the beginning, come up with a few ideas and then bounce them off some people that you can talk to. So here are the potential brand names that I sort of came up with for this case study. So firstly, I've got howtostartdaytrading.com. I had that crossed out. You don't want to have a long brand name like that. And specifically for your website, try and keep it under, I'd say 4 words max. Less words is better. And sometimes it can be tricky. It's hard to find 2-word domain names that are available. But howtostartdaytrading.com, I personally wouldn't go with that. This one here, startdaytrading.com, that would sort of be like the max, or daytradingmission.com. So 3 words max is probably my recommendation. So these are some of the terms that I came up with. And actually, I spent a lot of time trying to do this. So tylertrades.com. So that's like a spin on my name and trading. Stokestrades.com. Tyro Trader. Tyro is a word that sort of means beginner. So I looked at all different words for beginner, new, novice. I used the thesaurus. I used sort of like different languages. So Tyro, it's a Greek word or Latin word. It means like a new recruit. So Tyro Trader, I thought that would, kind of be good as a brand name, but it's sort of hard to say. And I'm actually not going with this one because it is sort of it doesn't really flow nicely. Tyro Trader. It looks cool, but it kind of doesn't flow nicely. Day Trading Mission. I was going to sort of do this as, more of a Mission Impossible sort of theme where, it's going to be my mission to become a day trader, but, kind of thought more about that. It doesn't really work that well. I sort of like Day Trader 24 because it's 2024 where I'm going to start this case study and start this business. So I kind of really like that, Day Trader 24. I start in 2024 this journey, but I noticed that Day Trader 24, it's actually already used on YouTube and on X. And then I have this other option, Start Day Trading, which I thought was pretty good as well. So I've basically boiled them down to Stokes Trades, so that incorporates my name, and then Start Day Trading. And then let's just evaluate these two. And in doing this, it might help you when you come up with some niche ideas or some brand ideas for your business. So let's look at this one, startdaytrading.com. And we'll talk about the pros and cons, and then we'll look at the pros and cons of StokesTrades.com. So the pros for this one, it's clearly descriptive of what the website's purpose is, startdaytrading.com, for beginners who want to start day trading. Pretty great in that regard. SEO friendly, so search engine optimization. When Google reads this domain name, it knows exactly what it is about. It appears directly to target the audience that I'm going for, beginners who want to start day trading. So that's great. The cons, less unique and might blend in with other educational trading sites, and then lacks a personal branding element. So I think this is great, but I think it would be more ideal if I came from the viewpoint where I'm an expert, I've been day trading for 10 years, and now I'm going to build a business where, I share my experiences and I teach others, or, I share everything I know about day trading. That sort of comes off as more of a educational, like here's a guide on starting to day trade. Here's a course, here's my website, all about this. So it's more like a experienced person teaching it, as opposed to where I'm personally coming from in this niche. I'm a beginner starting I don't really have the qualifications. It's more of talking about my journey, and then eventually I can sort of do that. So I think this is great, but I haven't been totally sold on that for those reasons. So let's evaluate the next one, Stokes Trades. The pros here: unique and personal, immediately associating the brand with my personal journey. And that's sort of what this whole thing has been about. It stands out from generic trading, education site names. So, that's a pro where, it's a personal brand and a personal story. It offers flexibility for brand expansion as well. So, eventually if I start trading, more long-term trading or different types of investing, that helps out. Whereas this one sort of pigeonholes the site and the whole brand just to day trading. So start day trading, and then you're talking about long-term investing. That doesn't really work well. The cons, less immediately descriptive of the site's primary focus of day trading. So Stokes Trades, I think most people will get that are looking into this niche, but it doesn't certainly tell exactly what the site is about, whereas Start Day Trading certainly does. Might require more effort in branding to establish the connection with day trading education. That's sort of what we just said there. So, to wrap this up, to choose between these two, I want to really focus on what the brand is going to emphasize: educational aspect of day trading, or this personal journey and sort of telling my story as starting from a pure beginner, knowing nothing, and then over the next several years, becoming a successful day trader. So I think that's the choice I need to sort of make. And actually, at the time of recording this, I kind of haven't chosen one of these yet. So I think I need to think on it a bit more and kind of personally lay this out and look into the future of, what I can do with both of these brands and both of these brand names. I think I'm going to go with this. This is more of a demonstration type of case study, but I think long term, if you did started a site and then started a podcast, started a YouTube channel, this would be better long term and sort of building a brand out, in the next 5 to 10 years and having an educational course about day trading. Whereas this is better for telling my story and so on. But I think I can do it with that too. So I've actually haven't decided yet in terms of recording this video yet. I'm going to think on it more. But in terms of what the next steps would be, I would go to a place like Namecheap. This is where I buy all my domain names. And I would basically go and I would check on registering these domain names. So Start Day Trading. Actually, one of the reasons I'm kind of potentially not doing this is some of these domain names cost money and some of them are very cheap. So this is a premium domain name because it has a few words in it. So it's actually going to cost me $1,500 to buy this through Namecheap because it's a very premium. They call it a premium domain name. So it's very sort of brandable. So that could be one thing to inhibit this. Whereas I've actually already bought Stokes Trades and that was only $10. So if I just go Tyler Trades and I check that one out, I can register that for $10 a year. So right away, that's another reason why I might go with Stokes Trades, whereas I've already bought this domain. Actually, it'll show that it's not available because I purchased it just while prepping for this video. So I think I'm leaning a bit more towards that. So you can come to Namecheap and you can plug in all your things here. So, you can kind of plug in your ideas. Like I was thinking like become a day trader, and I don't think that's available. So you can see what's available. So this one's already been registered. You can see, if you can register for just $10 a year or if you have to pay a premium price. So you'd come there. So let's pretend that I've actually chosen Stokes Trades. I've actually purchased it already. Before you do that, there's also something called the Wayback Machine. So you can go to archive.org and you just want to plug in your site and make sure that it hasn't been used in the past. So Stokes Trades has not, but if I go Start Day Trading, you'll notice that it's actually been registered way back in 2001. And then you can click on these things and just see if someone actually built out this site. So in 2018, it has some captures of what this site looked like. And I don't believe this particular site was actually built out, but people registered it and maybe just held on to it and then sold it. So you can kind of get a snapshot of what the site looked like. But again, this particular one showed no history. But if you were to start, if it was just typed in something like start trading, you can see that this site's actually up and running, and then you can get a snapshot and you can see that, oh, someone in the past built on this domain, or this one actually might be live, and it'll show you that. So you might not want to go register and start a brand on a site that's been used heavily in the past. If it's just been used, and then if it was registered and it was never actually built, no one actually started the business, then you can certainly look to use it. But if it has a lot of history, I would maybe avoid it. You can also come to a tool like Ahrefs, and I can look here, Stokes Trades. It's never been registered. No one's built any backlinks to it. It has no history. So that's kind of a good sign. And then what you can also do is come to YouTube and type in youtube.com/@Stokes Trades. So there's no YouTube channels with that branding. Going to X, Stokes Trades, there's no branding on X with that, so this account doesn't exist. So that's a good sign. So if your brand name and the domain name and your brand, if someone is on YouTube, someone's on Twitter, then you might not want to go with that. You can certainly still change up your Twitter handle, or your name on your social media sites can be slightly different, but it's a good way to check if that brand name is taken. So I think I'm going to go with Stokes Trades. So I've already purchased the domain on Namecheap, but I haven't totally been set. I'm going to spend a few more days kind of thinking about it, planning it out. But I hope that you found this useful. That is the process that I took to choose this domain name, and I'm sort of still thinking about it. But in the next video, I will have already got the name registered, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually build out the site. So I bought the domain name. I'm going to confirm that in the next video, and we're going to take the domain name, buy some web hosting, set that up, and then install WordPress and launch our website live. So I hope that you found this video useful. On the screen, you can find the video to the next case study video when it is available. And again, in the YouTube description, all the past case study videos are there, as well as more information on the full affiliate marketing course for beginners if you want some more detailed training with more step-by-step help. So I hope that you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one.